This is it.
Oh,
Oh, fancy.
recording in progress.
Fancy.
Continue.
Hello, Allison.
Hi.
Well, I mean, if we don't get very many people, I'll just keep this into one little group.
Roger that,
Instead of the breakout.
Captain.
Wait a minute or two.
You gotta turn the volume down on your keyboard when you're playing on the Zoom, because the Zoom compression blow the eardrums right out of you.
Okay, how about now?
There you go. That's tolerable to the eardrums. To speed up this process, please apply online at www.neilking.com.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for a couple more people to jump in here. I'm seeing
Yeah,
Kyle with
definitely give it definitely needs a couple minutes grace or something.
Yeah. Thinking maybe I gotta buy Zoom now. Because this is getting old.
Us getting old. I'm getting old.
Zoom calls.
Zoom calls.
Time.
This is the way of the future, bro.
It's not even the future, my friend. It's the now.
Yeah. Just now, brown cow.
Yeah, let me get some pens and papers out too. That'll be all right. You guys all seen the prompt, I assume?
Yep.
Yeah.
Deadly. I guess we just go ahead and start, and we'll just be a group of 5 instead of multiple breakout rooms. Da-da-da-da. Just to load it up again here now. Okay, our character's name is Oscar Ivy or Angela Ivy. Their occupation is a journalist, which I think would be cool if we had even voiceovers of the journalists, maybe as a podcast or something, and you can actually hear their podcast throughout the film. The prop is going to be an egg carton. Line of dialogue, I have just one question. And our genre is going to be horror or comedy, or we can choose to do both and combine both of them, which is always fun.
I feel like it'd be hard to make an egg carton seem scary. I mean, maybe it's not that
Doesn't mean it has to be in the movie somewhere. And
I know it just has to be in the movie, but I don't know. I feel like in general for these kinds of things, it end up being like the focus or something.
Oh yeah, the focus.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, it doesn't. It could be subtle too, right? Like you don't even need to have to notice it. It could just be sitting on the countertop, like in the kitchen or something.
Oh,
I'll say it.
Um, the first idea that I had when I read it was missing kid, but that's a milk carton. I realize now.
Oh, yeah.
But now that I think about it, what if we make a horror about children like egging someone's house,
You
and
could
then
freeze an egg and I'm sure it'll hurt if you got hit in the head with it. Yeah.
that too.
Oh yeah.
Or well, sorry about that. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Well,
Freeze an
Actually,
egg messed
no,
up
but-
children.
I like the missing.
Can you say that again, Allison? Sorry.
About some teenagers go and they like egg someone's house, like throw eggs at the house.
Yeah.
That's a thing, right?
I
And
also,
then they go missing and there's like a journalist about it or something.
I also like the missing child idea. Like you could have a picture of a missing child on a milk carton next to the egg
Or you
carton.
could just have a shot of the milk of the egg carton left on the front step.
Yes, I was thinking like
With a
the
cell
journalist
phone.
is she's trying to get info on this missing kid, and like the kid could be a monster of some sort living in the house or whatever, like a horror.
Okay. Kids egging. Kids egging a house. Shot of carton, which is our prop, so that's already taken care of. So this is one piece of the puzzle that's already taken care of. So let's just go with it, right? We only got 30 minutes. Let's just whatever we think of, we can go with, and that's what we do. We don't him or ha over it.
It's just the best way to get it. It's an exercise to complete as much as you can.
Yeah, exactly. And on
Not
the
pick
day
the
of,
best
we're gonna have-
things.
on the day of, we're going to have many hours to write. A little bit more time at least. But I mean, the faster that we get it done, the better too, because sleep is a nice thing to do before the day of. Which it didn't happen for me in November or the year before that either.
Okay, so you said so far the idea is kids are egging a house and then the kids go missing, and this Oscar Angela is trying to find out what happened.
Because she's a journalist.
Yeah,
as
is
a
that
journalist.
the idea so far? Okay, so I'm wondering, my thought process is where does that go? Huh?
That is the idea now. Now that you said it, that is now the idea.
All right.
Okay. The thing that I'm wondering is like, where does that plot lead? Because I feel like generally if that happens in like real life, it's like you go to the person who got egged and it's like, did you do something with the kids? And it's like, no. So I'm wondering like, where does the story go after the house? Like, where else are they searching?
That's good thinking.
Or just get absorbed into the house and end up locked up in the basement, something like that type situation.
Kid.
Hmm.
Shipped off. They just because they got absorbed by the door, or did they get caught by the person? So we got kids throwing eggs at a house and then they're missing.
And they're missing.
There's nothing, we haven't decided anything else other than that. So did they go missing because the person egging the house?
Yeah.
Okay. So the house
Yeah, yeah.
owner catches a kid's egg in the house.
It's like the kids happen to pick like the one
That
house
one
that happened
spot.
to the one house that happened to be like a retired mafia boss who still has the connections and still has, anger problems from his old days.
Right. I like that you're saying all this now too. So let's go ahead and ask all the questions that we need, like the who, what, when, where, why, and how. We already know. We already know who, or potentially partially who.
Partially.
And,
So when is it?
I guess we
X,
have the what?
owner catches kids. How many kids we got?
We don't really have anything yet. We don't really have the what. This could be like a monster movie or like a.
Monster movie.
Or are we gonna?
Hmm.
We never even selected which genre we wanted to do. We can,
I feel like we're just trying to like spitball ideas, then kind of see where it leads.
yeah,
I mean,
I was-
horror or comedy, like there's a
Yeah.
very thin line between,
Yeah.
easily make something funny or seriously scary in the same setup, I think. I could be wrong, who knows? Correct me.
Well, I was thinking horror because the kids can go missing and the journalist could try to go into the house to get them themselves, and then like the house is haunted or something. So the journalist has to go through scary stuff to get the kids.
So the journalist goes in because no one takes it seriously. Cause is it Chien? Is that how you do it? Chien.
Hmm?
What's your first name again? How you say it?
Oh, Kian.
Kian. There we go. Kian.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kian's like, well, what's the big deal? It's only a couple of guys, little kids throwing eggs. But now the journalist is like, well, I think they're gone, so I'm gonna go knock on that door, and then she gets scooped up too, or something. Type thing.
Right. It would be kind of interesting to do I guess a monster type thing. I'm wondering what kind of monster it should be. Would it just be like a ghost? And is this going to be like is it like the house on the hill type of thing? The one that's like super isolated? Because I imagine it's not just going to be like, yeah, nice prop.
yeah, we can go with.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a cool quote. Or it could be anything, a monster, it could be serial killer. I guess some ideas would touch on sci-fi, but it could still be a horror, I guess.
Hmm.
I think this was
Yeah.
our-
So what is the evil force at work? Is it supernatural? Is it just some sick fuck? No, supernaturally. Ghost man. Boogie.
I mean, I guess in the context of this being an exercise, I wouldn't mind making it a monster just because.
Yeah. Well, that's what the exercises. That's why they're fun. Monster.
Yeah.
Is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll turn it into, let's go with the direction of horror and comedy. And the monster this could be like a kind of kid-friendly monster. Only it's a horror because the kids go missing and their families are traumatized and they don't know where they are. But the kids are actually in a nice fun realm with the monsters hanging out, doing stuff. I guess that's kind of like what was that movie from like the 80s? Oh,
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
yeah.
So the optics are the kids are abducted, but they're just hanging out, chilling with the monster.
Yeah. And the monster, but okay, so the monster is benevolent.
Yeah.
Kids believe that he is good. Or
So he
that-
got
You
to
could- you
he
could-
got to be like, all right, kids, don't worry about this. I'm taking you. We're gonna go somewhere fun. I just gotta throw this fake blood here to make it look like you're dead.
Yeah, and so the monster at first is very
Relax.
ring and like kid friendly and kind of like cute, but then we find out like towards the end of the film that he's actually just gonna kill all of those children.
Like
It could be like one of those things where it's like one of those really possessive type of monsters. So it's like, yeah, kids like we'll have some fun, and then like the kids are like, okay, we gotta go now. No, you can't leave. You
Yeah.
can't. We're having fun.
He wants their souls or some shit like that.
Wants their souls, or like threatens to take their souls because they're trying to leave or something.
But you gotta collect so many of them before you can't be just getting one or two. You need like a good 25 or something like that.
Oh, and then that's the scene where they come across the other 15 corpses and are like, I need 3 more, guys. I need 3 more.
Yeah, yes, there you go.
Okay, and how old are our kids gonna be? Are we gonna have like teenagers, or do we want something? 'Cause
I feel like
Halloween or
Halloween age. Too old to be out for Halloween age.
I mean, how old were you guys when you stopped trick or treating? Because I think I was
Oh, fuck.
14.
30.
Oh, what grade are you in? What grade are you in when you're 14? Like grade 10 or something?
I think grade 9 was the last year that I did it, and then you get to high school, and it's like I'm a high schooler now.
Me and
I'm
John
too big.
McDonald went it 1 year as Cowboys.
Hell yeah.
So like
But,
that might have been grade 10 or 11, maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
But yeah, I feel like kind of like early teens because that's like the quote unquote rebellion phase.
We could have like a bunch of kids and then an older teenager who like brings them along and says, "Hey guys, let's go do this,"
Cool. Okay. There you go.
and then ends up
He goes missing,
small ones. Two small guys.
yeah.
and then the
a little
kids
bit
are
of a
on.
bigger
Oh,
guy.
so the monster actually kills off this. We'll just assume we don't need to actually say it on screen, but the monster kills off the older kid, and then all the younger kids are left with this really friendly, awesome, lovable
Yeah.
creature. Cute, could be a puppet or could be anything, you know. Yeah. So how would we achieve that? We would need to make a puppet probably.
Yeah, probably a puppet of some
I have an
sort.
entire
Yeah.
basket of stuffed animals right there. So we could-
Or if we
Clever
had-
camera angles.
Be like Bray Wyatt Funhouse if you ever watch wrestling. That's the thing. He has all these creepy old puppets. Little puppet show in the middle.
It's a lot of puppet stuff going on now too, and like everywhere. There was just a production here with a bunch of a whole show based on puppets. Monster looks very kid friendly. I love how these things always start off as like nobody really knows even words to say right now, but then it just evolves into like things happening on screen and on paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm halfway finished.
Oh. Oh, you're writing one on your own?
Oh, I've got one, yep.
Okay, cool.
All right.
But I'm listening to you guys, so what you're taking, what you're giving me is going into.
Pretty productive.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
I like it too. Trudy always takes the ledger usually and then adds her own ideas in with it as well.
Well, you almost done, Trudy, or getting there?
We're ready to go to filming here now.
Getting there.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the script's supposed to be what, 3 to 7 pages?
Yeah,
Or about
basically,
3 to
yeah.
7 minutes?
So how's that work? You said like a minute a page or some shit?
Yeah, that's generally how it goes in my experience, at least.
Yeah. So we usually just estimate, make sure it's within like 5-6 pages. So that way we know we won't go over. We got a casting call for Hudson and Rex. Wow. They're hiring a lot of roles, on-screen roles for Hudson and Rex. Anyway, back to business. Monster looks very kid friendly and
So I want to go back to our protagonist fellows there. Will it be like opening scene is like the kids egging the house and then like something comes out of the house, takes them, and then the rest of the film is us following the journalist until they get into the house and then they encounter the monster themselves and then we see the kids and what they're going through? Or like, will we have scenes where we cut back to the kids and what they're going through? Because I feel like for a horror, I don't know, at least in my mind, that always ties in with mystery. So I feel like you kind of want to save the reveal of the monster and what happened to the kids for when the character themselves experiences it.
Oh yeah, okay. I see what you're saying there. So the audience never experiences it until the journalist does?
Yeah. Because I feel like I don't know. I feel like at least for me, I feel like it's hard to identify with the fear that the character is facing if like I'm aware of it myself beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear what you're saying now too, and that's probably like a good format to have it as. So I think though, like we could. Okay, so we could have the kids and the audience see the monster as benevolent. But then when we find out that it's actually a bad monster, like we're not even going to know. I feel like we should not even really know that this is a horror movie until the journalist finds out, okay, these kids are actually gone. What are some more potential characters that we can have, like news journalists? I mean, that is kind of like a news reporter.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, so I had the idea of the journalist speaking maybe about a news piece about the kids going missing, and that's kind of like the theme of the whole movie. Her speaking into like a podcast, so it could be even like a silent film or just parts where there is dialogue. I'm not very good at writing things down on paper.
Well, I trust that Trudy's writing there now. Behind the picture.
For other characters, I guess
be
if they're
like-
I guess if they're a journalist, they might like interview other people in the area of the house to try and like figure out what's up with it. They'll like build up the mystery of like legends surrounding it or something.
Could be like a neighbor across the street from the house.
Yeah.
Type thing.
Parents of the kids.
Parents of the kids.
Parents of the kids.
Probably a cop or something.
Sheriff or a police
Africa.
officer, yeah, whoever deals with like families and
Dead
missing
kids.
children's-
Or missing kids, I guess.
missing kids, yeah.
Boyfriend or girlfriend to the journalist who's like worried about their safety or whatever. The scene of like, don't go into that case, it's dangerous. I have to hike the kids or something. Yeah, that shit.
Question, but and so it's also when we talk about things like this too, we got to keep in mind that it can't be like super grand scale things.
Yeah.
Simple.
Basically, it should just kind of be a moment in time, pretty much. I'm thinking, because 7 minutes is like you can't really do like a whole big production in 7 minutes.
Yeah, and 7. I mean, what are the beats that we have to hit? We have to get kids throwing the eggs and get taken in the opening scene. Some,
Or we don't even
I guess,
need to have the scene of them throwing the eggs as like we could just
yeah, you could just have like the house being egged and like the kids like toss away their last carton and like we know.
yeah, or just like even just like a shot of the house with covered in eggs and then a close up of like the egg carton or something on them.
Yeah. Shot of the egg carton down on the road and then to the house, like in the distance,
Yeah.
where they dropped the carton of eggs as they were throwing their last egg or whatever.
You can almost open up as if it was the crime scene, and like
Yeah, there you go.
the egg carton could be one of the
Oh yeah,
pieces of evidence.
that's a good idea. And then we can just have the journalist doing a voiceover of her podcast as those things are on screen. But then how do we tie together the monster and the benevolent monster and the kids?
We also still need to get the question in there. or the line of dialogue.
Well, that's
Maybe the
that's
monster
kind of
just
like
like a cute puppy or something fun.
Yeah, it could just be a dog or something.
Talking something.
Dog person.
Monster is kind of a cool idea though.
could we like rearrange it and have the victims be talking to the journalist on her podcast and have them tell the story of them being in there?
Oh yeah, recollections of it happening
Yeah,
as they were older.
yeah,
Yeah. Or at least like one of the kids in there. Because I feel like if like all the kids are there, it kind of removes a lot of the suspense of like what's gonna happen if we know that they all end up okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
some of the kids obviously we want to have killed.
It could
Don't
just
take
be
that
like
out of context in the
Being
recording.
sacrificed.
Yeah.
The leader kid is like, I got you guys into this. It's my responsibility to make up for it.
Uh,
it would be cool if we could almost do like a him, well, just assuming it's a him, I don't even know, but he's like telling the story of the kids to a journalist, and then it comes out in the end and it turns out he's like in a mental hospital, like he's crazy,
Oh yeah.
or people think he's crazy, and that could be the horror aspect of it almost.
this is this the journalist or who? Sorry.
The kid who is in the house
Oh,
captured by the monster is telling the journalist about the story, but everyone thinks he's crazy, so he's been hospitalized.
oh, right. So yeah, so he's actually in a mental hospital, telling his recollections to people who believe him, and or at least one person who believes him, the reporter,
Yeah.
or even just they want to hear the story, even if they don't believe it or not. They'll just let the audience decide.
We're seeing it through his eyes potentially, though. Basically,
Yeah.
whether or
through his
not that's
memories.
real or not is up to you.
Yeah, so that's a cool idea as well. Seeing it through the eyes of that kid, and it's kind of, I guess, then co-narrated. It's like a conversation going on between the journalist and the kid.
The kid.
Person.
And
So the kid, whoever the surviving kid of the monster attack.
I kind of like the idea, because then I have a reason, if we ever do want to make this, then I can do voice acting for the cute monster.
We get the prompts on Thursday. It's literally these exact same ones.
Oh yeah, I know. I don't know if we want to really go with the same idea, but because that would be cheating.
I mean, hey, a head start is a head start, right?
That'd be some create your reality type situation stuff, I believe.
Oh no, the Matrix is breaking.
A head start is good, but as the team leader, I have to sign off verifying that everything was done within the time competition. So,
Oh, okay, that's fair.
yeah, they're
That's what I
very
was thinking. It might, like, it's probably
Yeah.
illegal.
technically,
Yeah.
yeah, we would be disqualified.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if they found out that this recording existed.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing
Pretty
we can
good.
do at the time is get cast, crew, and locations. So that's technically, like, I mean, you can bounce around ideas and stuff like that, but we technically can't have anything written down, you know.
Okay, guys. So we got just under 10 minutes left to the Zoom call, and I'll post a link to the new session. So I guess now we're crunch time here. You can see right now, a half hour, obviously, or 40 minutes is not enough time to write the entire script. Or maybe Trudy's already got one, like first draft written.
Still working on the hard part is doing it because I've got the screenplay format open, and so
Oh,
it's,
right.
I'm
Uh,
trying, trying. But I'm on scene 4.
Cool. Yeah. So we have
Well, how many scenes do you have in this time frame?
On the first page, like I said, usually we would only have 1 or 2, right? You got to keep it clean, but at the same time, I am if we shoot it all in one place, then we should be good. Everything has to have one location, either an internal, or you can shoot just outside of your internal location. Like if you're doing a house, you can shoot the inside the house and the outside the house, so you don't have far to go.
Mhm.
take a look at this. This is from the Christmas serial killer one that we wanted to do. Christmas serial killer, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, feel free, guys, to write the script that you would like with the information that's been given, and see what you guys come up with, even if it takes you a day, you know what I mean, or a few hours. You've got an
exactly.
idea of what you want. Go ahead and write it.
And if you wanted to do,
Right? Just keep in mind that. Yep. Go ahead, Neil.
oh yeah, if you wanted to do that after this call is over, go ahead and write your own script with all the information that we were all provided with and that we came up with on our own, and then go your own directions with it. And then if you're interested, maybe we can combine some of the ideas into a bigger thing later on, or you can just have your own individual script, that whatever. You
Right.
know?
Good
Yeah.
practice either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Keep
That's all
in
they-
mind
The
that
more
it's
you
a
write, the
40.
better you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Keep
I-
in mind the 4.
a lot of the times people
Oh,
get
sorry.
ideas and stuff too, like, and a habit that I started getting into, especially when it comes to music making and stuff, like, if I work on a project and make a song, I don't care if it gets lost or deleted or whatever. I was like, that's just a reason to start over and do something new again, right?
Yeah. Keep in mind
Yeah.
what we're doing here. It's 48 hours. We only have technically 1 day to complete this.
Yeah, so
And
minimal
so
location, minimal,
you got to think of locations. You got to think of your actors. Like if you're going to have a lot of people on set, you don't
Dialogue.
have time for a lot of setups and tear downs and sets and that sort of thing. You got to go with what you have always. And if you can get it done in 4 hours, even better. Because, trying to get people from place to place is not fun.
Yeah, so something I wanted to discuss now in the meeting coming up here is transport and stuff, and who needs to be who where. But I'll get back to that here now in 5 minutes.
When are we planning on wrapping up the meetings for tonight, by the way? Just because I have a thing at 8 that I might need to leave early for. If we're going.
Well, this one ends in 5 minutes. I'm going to start another one that at 7:45. So it's all good if you can't show up. It's just I'm just
Okay.
there.
All right. I'll probably have to skip on that one because I gotta get going.
Yeah, sounds good.
No sweat.
Maybe Trudy, we could probably do a reading of what you got done after in our next meeting.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just trying to figure out how to get the 7 to 8 p.m. No. Schedule.
I guess before we go, on the note of transport, I can probably get use my car. I mean, it's a family car, but my parents are going out of town. I might need to like leave early because I might need to pick up my sister from school, but I mean that'll be around 3. But might also be able to get a ride home, so I'll probably be able to provide transport for a few people at least and equipment.
Okay.
Oh, is she in school on Saturday?
Oh, on Saturday. No. She had some other commitment then, I know. Definitely not school, my bad.
I was like, there's a school on Saturday. I'll send my kid.
Yeah.
She's
fine.
not okay, I'm sure that those exist, and my sister, she doesn't need those. She's not that bad.
Just before,
No
sorry,
worries.
Judy, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Allison. I'm listening.
I just like kept writing here for a second. For the like the plot of the thing, I just have so the kid is narrating it, and the scene opens with the kids egging the house. Then the monster comes out and is like, "Hey guys, it's cool that you're egging my house. Do you want to come in for candy or whatever?" and then
Oh,
and
the
then
classic.
and yeah, so because he's nice, and they all go in, and then they're kind of hanging out like in his living room, but then he's like killing them all off one by one, and then it ends off with the kid realizing that they're all being killed, and he tries to get another kid out with him, but that kid is taken by the monster and he makes it out of the house, and then no one believes him, so it's revealed that he's been hospitalized and is telling his story to the world.
Right, hold that thought. That's a great idea. This call's about to end, so I'm just going to load up the new one. I just sent the link in the group. That's pretty cool. You want some candles? Candles. Come get some candles. Oops. All right, I'm going to end this call, guys. See you in the next
All
one.
right. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, have a good one.
Have a
See
good
ya.
one.